Welcome back to R-TAC and Daughters, and we got us a surplus handgun from World War II. Kind of unique. Not a lot floating around here in the U.S. like this one. Also, check out R&L displays. This week is all about R&L displays, like the one that this TT33 Tokarev pistol is sitting on by Rob, the Outcast, New York Outcast. Check out his New York Outcast channel. Go by and check out his displays. He sent this one to me to show off. So that's what I've been doing this week. I've done it once before, but every once in a while I'm going to feature it just because Rob's a good guy. Anyway, so what's so special about this Tokarev pistol? Well, let's get into it. First, I want to talk about where it came from. It came from here in Tennessee. It's going to get a nice oiling done to it. Going to get cleaned up and going to get some new springs. So we're going to talk about the magazine first, because these magazines with these TT33 pistols are all sorts of jacked up and strange, and you may not be aware of this, and you need to be made aware of these pistols and some of the issues they have. First of all, they're chambered in 7.62 by 25 Tokarev. Pretty hot cartridge for the time. This is their semi-automatic pistol to replace the Mosin Nagant pistol. And now, overall, it's a pretty decent pistol. It is based loosely on the F&N 1900, basically John Browning design. So let's get into the magazine first, and then we'll talk about the issues of the magazine. Then we'll go into the gun and tell you why this gun is a little bit special. So first off, this is the magazine that the gun came with. As you can see, it is crudely made. It is a custom-made magazine for this. Now, it does have the correct follower and spring, but you see right here, that is an English acceptance mark right there. As you can see right here. That's from the United Kingdom. And so the base plate came from somewhere else, something else. Like I said, this was a custom-made magazine. It's made to fit, and it fits, and it functions. So, and it's a little bit of stainless steel with some rust on it. So, like I said, the gun needs to be cleaned up. It's been in storage from this gentleman who passed away for a long period of time, and so that's why it's got some wear rust on it. Anyway, so here's what it's a custom-made magazine, which with the United Kingdom base plate stamped on it, it's kind of unique because obviously this was for some type of other type of gun that's either been modified heavily for it. So a Tokarev magazine, a regular one, looks like this one here. So you can see where a lot of this has got Cosmate on it still. How things are made for it. The guy who made this was extremely talented, and wish I could have had 3 more with it. Anyway, the base plates are different. This one does not fit in the gun. Let me show you. Now, there's no ammo here. The gun's unloaded and in need of cleaning and a little bit of restoration done. So it will not fit right there. That stops right there. It will not go in. As you can see, the one that came with it fits right in, and it is tough. So I've noticed this with the Chinese magazines, the Romanians, the Yugoslavians, the Polish, whoever else in the Eastern Bloc that made these pistols. Their magazines are not interchangeable by far. So this one I bought. We'll look at the other. I have a Chinese Tokarev TT33 pistol. We'll look at it, and if that magazine fits in there, great. If not, then I'm going to modify it to fit the gun. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to do some work on this and get it where it's slicker than owl snot, and it'll slide in and out. It does positively eject out of the gun. So let's go on and talk about this gun a little bit more. The springs are wore out in it, the return spring here. Let me show you how slow this thing is. I mean, that's not fast, but I mean, see, look how slow that is. So it's kind of spongy right in there. The takedown lever is right here, takedown pin. Also, you notice that there is no safety on this gun. And you also know the Russian star and the 1940 date. So, yes, this is a 1940s Tokarev TT33, and it has to be, it falls into that bring back category. Now, there's no paperwork stating this, so it could have been. So, how can it be brought back from World War II? Well, no, it's not a World War II bring back. It could feasibly be. There's no import markings, but before 1968, there were no import markings on any weapons brought into the United States. So that's why this one doesn't have any import markings on it, because it was not brought in after 1968. So it was brought into the U.S. prior to 1968. If not, it would have to have import markings on it. Now, did some World War II GI, the Russians over at the Elbe River, and swap the 1911 for a TT33? Very feasible. I don't have no proof of it. Is this a Korean War era bringback? Again, very feasible. No proof. Is this a Vietnam era war bringback? Again, very feasible. The gentleman that owned this gun beforehand is deceased. So what secrets he knows about this gun has gone off into history. But it has been imported into this country before 1968. How do I know this? Two things. One, it has no import markings on it whatsoever. Two, it has no safety. All weapons being imported to the U.S. must have a safety. So if you have a Chinese, Romanian, uh, Polish TT33 pistol that was imported after 1968, it's going to have a safety somewhere on it. This gun lacks that safety. So therefore, it's before 1968, 100%. The custom-made magazine, stainless steel with a British import flag on it. Was that made here by the guy that owned it? Possibility. Unknown. If so, he did an extremely damn good job at making one. So the sky's the limit. I got this gun for $200. The lady who was selling it just wanted it gone. She found it in the truck that it was in, and it was in one of these type old style pistol cases. That's why it's in such rough shape. So, after examining the gun, I've determined that we need some new springs. So, the great thing is that you can order parts for these almost anywhere. So we got us a new recoil spring, fire and pin spring, main spring, spring. We got us the new clip on the side and the little pin that goes across. Because you never know when you're going to need something like this. So if you got a gun that's weak springed, this one here is weak spring. I seem to think because of some of the cartridges cases that I found that he was shooting 30 Luger out of it, which is 7.65 by 25. It's the same case dimension, bullet dimension as the 7.62 Tokarev. They're identical. They're not identical in power. The Tokarev is a lot more powerful cartridge. I found several 30 caliber Mauser rounds in this, or that not in it, but around it. So I assume to think that because that ammo was more readily available, say in the 60s, if when this gun was brought back in or brought here, it was easy to get a hold of versus 7.62 in the 60s and 70s. So, with that being said, I think he was shooting 30 Mauser out of it, which it would handle fine in the condition that it's in right now. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the springs, take the gun completely apart, clean it, lube it, not restore it, but stop it from degrading any farther. Because it's a 1940s pistol. It's got some pitting on it right here. Not too bad. I can get another barrel for it if necessary. So all the parts are out there to repair the gun, which is great. You know what I'm saying? The slide, stop, slide, release don't stop all the way. There's no type of anywhere on this thing of import markings. The slide is extremely sluggish. Nothing on the back here, just a little bit of pitting. From storage, I'm assuming it has a pretty much all of it's like a gray doll finish there. You can see a little rust in there. We're going to get rid of all this rust off of it and get her back to working order, and then we'll do a range video with it, and then we'll get another magazine for it. We'll see how this custom one works, because we're going to clean it up as well, and then we'll see about getting another one working for it. Anyway, if you have the Russian TT33 pistol in your inventory, let us know how you like it. I got the Chinese version. I love it. It's a good shooting pistol. Soon this is going to be just as good. If you have one without a safety, let us know in the comment below. Do you feel that I'm on the right track with this being a bring back gun from one of the wars, since it doesn't have the 68 mandatory import stampings on it and the safety that it's supposed to have? Because this gun would never get shipped into the U.S. without safety. That's why the Romanians, the Polish, the Chinese, I don't know if the East Germans had these or not, any of the Yugoslavians, they all have different safeties in different locations because of that, because that's how they get imported into the U.S. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? You think this was a bring back? It's going to hard to tell. 1940, so we're looking at right before, a year before the invasion of the Soviet Union. Let us know in the comments below. Do you like old Soviet era Eastern Com block pistols? Surplus rifle collection is what got me into collecting firearms, and my love of shooting sports as well. So I started out with a British 303 number 4 Mark 1 Enfield. That's what started all this in 1993. So remember, it costs nothing to be kind to one another. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and we'll catch you next time.